Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Nurul Nabila binti Muhammad Effendi, and today I will be presenting a review of a Malaysian study titled Digital Adoption and Training Effectiveness in the Malaysian Public Sector, a pilot model expansion of the Technology Acceptance Model. This article was written by Dr. Nurmaisarah Abdullah Tani and Associate Professor Dr. Amran in 2025. The study investigates the effectiveness of digital training compared to traditional training among Malaysian civil servants, focusing on how digital platforms influence employee performance. Significance of the study. This topic is highly relevant in Malaysia today. Many organizations, particularly in the public sector, are actively shifting from traditional classroom to training to digital or online learning platform. However, questions remain about whether these digital training methods actually improve employee performance. For human resource development practitioners, it is critical to evaluate training methods that are effective, practical, and aligned with broader digital transformation. Initiative. This study addresses this question by providing empirical evidence from a Malaysian context. Usefulness of digital platform predict training effectiveness. In other words, the researchers wanted to determine if employees find online training system intuitive and beneficial, and whether these perceptions translate into improved learning outcome and performance. Theoretical framework TAM. The study grounded in the technology acceptance model, commonly known as TAM. Accordingly, the term perceived ease of use influence perceived usefulness. Both of these factors together shape behavior intention, which ultimately impact training effectiveness. Using term in this study is appropriate as it provides a structured framework to evaluate how employees adopt digital learning tools and whether these tools effectively enhance learning outcomes. The researchers employed a quantitative design using a structured Likert scale questionnaire to collect data from civil servants with prior experience in digital learning platform. The questionnaire measured perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, and training effectiveness. Response were analyzed using SPSS, focusing on reliability and correlation tests to examine relationship between the key variables. This approach ensures a systematic and statistically robust assessment of the research question. The study produced several important results. First, the questionnaire showed high reliability with convex alpha value ranged between 0.82 and 0.88, confirming that the measures scale were consistent and appropriate for research. Second, there was a positive correlation between perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, and training effectiveness. In other words, when employees perceive digital training system as user-friendly and beneficial, their engagement and learning outcomes improve significantly. From this finding, we can draw several conclusions. Employees who feel comfortable using digital platform are more likely to engage actively in training. When the content is perceived and useful and relevant, the employees gain knowledge and skills more effectively. Together, these factors improve overall employee performance. The study thus provides strong evidence that digital learning can be highly effective when implemented truly and designed with user experience in mind. The strength and limitation. This study has several strengths. It focuses on a Malaysian sample, uses a well-established theoretical framework, and employs reliable measurement instrument. However, it also has limitation being a pilot study. The sample size is small and may not represent the wider Malaysian workforce, Additionally, reliance on self-reported questionnaires introduced the possibility of response bias. Despite these limitations, the research offers value preliminary evidence and the effectiveness of digital training. Based on this finding, several recommendations emerged for human resources development in Malaysia. Organizations should invest in user-friendly learning management systems to encourage participants. Training modules should be relevant, practical, and aligned with employees' job. Finally, adopting a blended learning approach combining online and face-to-face method can optimize learning outcome and employee performance. Online versus offline training. The study also highlights key differences between online and offline training. Training is effective for theoretical or knowledge-based tasks due to its flexibility and accessibility. Offline training, on the other hand, is more suitable for hands-on and practical skill. Therefore, the ideal approach is blended learning, which combines the strengths of both methods to maximize employee performance. In conclusion, Abdullah Tani and Amra's study demonstrates that the digital learning and training can enhance employee performance when platforms are easy to use and provide meaningful content, while traditional training remains important, particularly for skill-based tasks. Malaysian organizations are encouraged to embrace digital platforms on adopting well-designed online training systems ideally integrated into a blended learning strategy. This research not only contributes to understanding digital training effectiveness in Malaysia, but also provides actionable insights for human resource development practitioners seeking to improve employee learning outcomes. Thank you for listening.